Hello everyone, today I wanted to do a spring favorites video where I talk about all of my fun spring favorites and activities and hobbies that I really loved and got up to during the 2026 spring season. So let's get started. Let's talk about my favorite book from spring. I read quite a lot, but when I was looking back at my story graph, I found that The Midnight Library by Matt Haig was one of two 5-star books for me. The other one was Invisible Cities by Italo Calvino, but I think I honestly liked this one a little bit more. This one was just incredible to read. It follows the story of Nora Seed, who decides that she does not want to live anymore, so she gets transported to the Midnight Library. Her guide, if you will, in the Midnight Library is her old librarian who takes her through the course of many different lives. Inside the library, there are many different books which act as different lives, kind of like parallel universes. If Nora had changed one thing in her base timeline, these are all of the different ways that she could have lived. It was incredible to hear about people's regrets in life, how they could have planned out a different life for themselves, and to actually see that be played out. All right, next up, my favorite hobby of spring. So this year I have been reading as many books as I can, and I decided to track all of my book reviews in this book here. I honestly started to read so much more in March for some reason, which just correlates to the start of spring. So that is an activity that I have been taking time to do. It also helps with my reading comprehension and retention. My main goal is to be able to explain these books and to recommend books to family and friends, and I find that utilizing this book review helps with that a lot. My other favorite activity of spring is knitting. I am knitting this scarf handkerchief. I think a lot of people knit these themselves. This is not the Sophie scarf, but it looks very similar to it. It's just a triangle shape. I find that knitting is a great hobby in winter, but after you knit in winter, you can't really wear your knits. So I feel like spring and summer are a better time for knitting because then you can wear all your knits in the winter. I also have been working on a scarf back there for a while now. Okay, let's talk about my favorite drinks and teas. At the moment, I have been drinking more coffee than tea. We got our new Breville espresso machine and I have been making so many fun coffees. My husband really likes a brown sugar shaken espresso, like latte type thing. So I've been making a ton of that for him. And then I have just been kind of flipping back and forth between a mocha and a caramel vanilla latte. And then tea, of course. I love tea. I find I'm reaching for tea mainly in the morning and at bedtime, not really in the in-between hours. When I do reach for it in the morning and afternoon, it's usually green tea in the morning because it's a little bit caffeinated, gets me woken up. I love the taste of green tea. It's so good and so like refreshing in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it's usually peppermint or some sort of herbal tea that does not have any caffeine in it. I was thinking about what my favorite habit was, and it's gotta be doing yoga every morning. I have done this probably since April now, and it has done wonders for my body. I have a lot of back pain, and especially in like the morning. And it wasn't until I started yoga that I didn't have any back pain anymore. I find like the stretching is really great and the flows are really amazing. I just use the Nike app and I pick a plan, or sometimes I don't even pick a plan and I just pick a random workout, and I love it so much. Okay, favorite song or artist? Last month, me and Trevor got to see BTS while we were visiting his family down in Florida, and it was an incredible experience. They were so good. We sat right in front of the area where they came on stage, so we got to see them like very up close, which was amazing. So my favorite song has to be 2.0. I have that on repeat, even like a month later. And then honestly, I have been listening to a lot of Mariah Carey recently because I think she's amazing. Her voice is incredible. And I don't know, like 90s R&B really seems to be a good genre to listen to when I'm working on tasks that I can be less focused for. Breakfast and snacks next. My breakfast consists of a smoothie. I've been literally having that every single day for like 3 months now. Whenever I get a little bit, I don't feel like I want that, I go to a yogurt bowl with just yogurt, some sort of fruit on top, and then honey. My favorite smoothie has to be banana, frozen fruit. I go for like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry mix. Then I do a scoop to a scoop and a half of yogurt. The Greek God's yogurt, honey flavor, is the best yogurt ever. Then I do as much spinach as I can possibly pack into my like Ninja Bullet machine. And then I put just a small amount of agave nectar in it, just for a little bit of sweetness. If I had just worked out, I would put in chocolate protein powder from Momentous. That's the best protein powder ever in their chocolate flavor. The Momentous vanilla flavor is disgusting, but the chocolate one is so good. So that's what I have been currently loving for my breakfasts in spring. And then snack is for dessert. I guess you could consider it a snack. I don't know. Drumsticks with the nuts, the chocolate, so good. For my favorite show that we've been watching this spring, we have been watching two. We've been watching The Pit, which I feel like everyone knows about. We are coming to the game very late, but it is so good. Our favorite character is Whitaker. Come on. We've also been watching Mobius, which is a C-drama, which it's about a detective who is able to relive a day up to like 5 times, and no one else seems to know about the loop. He is the only person aware of it, so he solves crimes this way. So he's like a really good detective, but there's like a killer that's also aware of the loop that he's kind of fighting against, and he doesn't know who the killer is. So that's been really interesting to watch. The main actor by Jingting is in The First Frost, which is another amazing C-drama. And then I wanted to talk about my favorite spring scents. I have 2 spring scents that I have been layering on each other. This one is Hermès, and it is Jardin sur le Nil. And then this one is Nuxe, and it is the floral scent in the pink bottle. This one smells so much like citrus, like the tiniest bit of floral. I'm getting like a lot of lemon. Oh, it is so refreshing and perfect for spring. And then this one is very floral, very sweet too. Both of these layered feel like you're in a botanical garden in spring, walking and like looking at all the flowers and seeing like the butterflies and bees. I have been using them so much this spring because they just feel very light and happy, and yeah, I really love wearing them even when I'm around the house. Okay, thank you so much for watching my spring favorites video of 2026. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great spring, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.